Hi guys, this is my rules explanation for SkyTeam fan-made expansion, where you can play with 3 players. The third player is controlling the turret and the bomb systems. So in this mode, you set up the game just as you would usually, but you have to add the kerosene module, and you put next to the main board, you put the third player expansion board, which you have to print. The changes to the original rules are that the planes that you radio, so for example, if I would throw a one, which I have, and use it as the pilot, this plane would not go off the track like it was before. Instead, you would roll the black die, and it's a 5. So you take this plane and put it under position 5. This means that this plane, actually a fighter in the World War II, is attacking our bomber, and we have to defend. So the way to defend from this bomber is that the gunner player, the third player, uses his number 5 to shoot at the position 5. So he could use 5, or he could use a 6 to shoot this way. So let's say, for example, he uses this 5 and he shot this fighter. Now this fighter is off the board. In another example, if this gunner would have no good dice to shoot the fighter, after the round would end, this fighter would go one step closer to the middle of our turret track. Now, if he would still not be able to shoot the fighter down, then the fighter would go one more spot. This would mean that the fighter is off the board, so he's done, but we have to initiate the damage phase. In the damage phase, you have 3 possible outcomes. The first damage tells you that you need to add the ice brakes module. This thematically means that they shot some of your braking systems and that now your brakes are faulty and it's harder to brake. So now I added the brake module. The second thing you have to do if they shoot you, if you get damage number 2, you have to use the kerosene leakage module. Since you have the kerosene already set up, you just change the rules to use the kerosene module from the base game. And the third part is, if you have 3 damage, your plane definitely will not survive. But before your plane lands, you can try and parachute your crew of the plane. So for this, you need to take the intern track as usual and put on the interns. But the difference is, let's say this is an intern with number 2. Here, instead of using a different number than it is here, as in the base game, you need to use exactly the same number, and this crew member has now parachuted off, and you cannot use him anymore. But you are using this instead of dice, of course. Which other changes, which other actions you have available? So the co-pilot and pilot have the same actions, but the third player has some different actions. Here above you see the reload action. So if the gunner uses any die here, he can re-roll, and re-rolled the dice he has left. This one he has to do before you reach the airport symbol here, and this one he has to do exactly when you are on the airport symbol. This means that you are bombing. And this one he has to do after the airport symbol, because you are closing the hatch after you have bombed your goal. Now, if you cannot aim the fighter as before, for example, let's say that the fighter was here and you want to shoot it with this 5, but you can't because 5 is up there. You can use a low number, 1, 2, 3, to rotate your aim like this for one step, and now like this. And now your 5 is here. So now you can use your next die, the 5, to shoot down this fighter. Of course, the gunner can also spot the planes in the track. And one more thing, the aim is also rotating depending on the altitude, depending on the rotation of the airplane. So if the co-pilot and pilot do a rotation of the plane, let's say co-pilot number 4 and pilot number 5, this goes to the left, then also this aim has to go one step to the left. So you have to adjust, but you can also make strategies. The co-pilot and pilot can help the third player to aim for the fighters, even though still you have to hide all of your dice from each other, so, and you cannot talk, of course. I hope this short, just one more thing. In the beginning, you are only decreasing the approach track, but you are not decreasing the altitude track. And if you manage to survive and shoot all these fighters and reach the airport and bomb the airport, then after that you reset this track. So now you are going again, you have to put the fighters back again, so they are following you, they are trying to shoot you down because you bombed them, of course, and now you are trying to reach your home airport. So the missions are double long, and you have this kerosene to take care of, but the gunner can also put his die on the kerosene track. So it's 3 players, but there's much more things to do. I hope you like it, I hope you test it, and I hope to get some feedback from you.